Home Minister Amit Shah chairs all-party meeting on situation in Manipur at New Delhi this afternoon. Former Manipur Chief Minister and CLP leader Okrami Bobi represents Congress party. PHED Minister and Kurai MLA L. Sushindro comes under attack. Agitators burn his godown at Chingarel, Tezpur, his farm at Kabaishoy, also damaged BJP Imphal East office and 120 crore rupees worth pipes of PHED. CAF and PD Minister L. Sushindro expresses disappointment that MLAs and ministers are being targeted by miscreants to take political mileage in the wake of prevailing violence. Showing mistrust for Assam Rifles, women demand removal of Assam Rifles personnel who are deployed at the adjoining of Imphal West and Kangpopi districts. Kaishamthong Kendra Ward number 9 Napunba Maira Paibi Loop warns Manipur legislators camping in Delhi not to return until and unless they have a concrete solution to Manipur crisis. And violence-affected people of Napat and Tangjeng, last two villages of Bishnupur district, await government's intervention to help ease their plights. Hello and welcome to Impact News. You're watching Primetime English Bulletin. I'm JOYSHREE, bringing you the top stories and latest news at this hour. Union Home Minister Amit Shah chaired an all-party meeting on a situation in Manipur at New Delhi this afternoon. BJP leaders Nityanand Rai, Prahlad Joshi, JP Nadda, for Congress former Manipur Chief Minister and CLP leader Okrami Bobi, for Shiv Sena Uddhav Thakrae's Priyanka Chaturvedi, Manipur State Unit Senior Vice President M. Tikendra for Shiv Sena Eknath Shinde, Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma, Sikkim Chief Minister Prem Singh Tamang, Trinamool Congress leader Derek O'Brien, Mizo National Front leader C. Lalrose Sangha, BJD's Pinaki Mishra, AIA-DMK leader M. Thambi Durai, DMK leader Tiruchi Siva Manoj Jha of RJD, Ram Gopal Yadav of Samajwadi Party and AAP leader Sanjay Singh were among those who attended the meeting. Leaders of opposition parties had already lambasted the centre for convening the meeting a little too late, also criticized the central government for calling the all-political party meet in the absence of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and only after Congress leader Sonia Gandhi had addressed the present crisis in Manipur. Opposition leaders also called it unfortunate that Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been keeping silent on the issue that erupted on May 3. It may be recalled that Union Home Minister Amit Shah visited Manipur on May 29 on a 4-day trip where he met with various leaders to take stock of the unrest prevailing in the state. After the all-party meeting today, All India Congress Committee held a press meet at AICC headquarters. Speaking to media, Congress leader Okrami Bobi expressed disappointment that he was not given enough time to speak on Manipur issue in today's all-party meeting chaired by Union Home Minister Amit Shah. While Jairam Ramesh, a senior leader of the Indian National Congress, condemned that the CLP leader Okrami Bobi, who represented the entire party, was given only around 7 to 8 minutes to talk during the almost 3 hours long meeting. PHED Minister and Kurai MLA L. Sushindro is the latest to come under attack from irate people amid the prevailing crisis in the state. Miscreants have burned down the minister's private godown at Chingarel Tejpur, his farm at Kabaishoy, and also damaged the office of BJP Imphal East, among others. An irate mob stormed towards the PHED minister's residence at around 10 p.m. yesterday. Imphal East District Police fired several rounds of tear gas shells to disperse the mob, but the protesters were adamant, so police opened several blank fires. Jad Regiment personnel intervened and managed to contain the mob. Police also arrested 2 protesters. The people were angry that a woman was injured by gunshots from the MLA's escort. PhD Minister L. Sushindro expresses disappointment that ministers and MLAs are being targeted by miscreants to take political mileage in the wake of the prevailing violence in the state. The minister briefed media at his Tinsid Road residence today regarding last night's scuffle at Kurai over allegations that he had rescued two cookie informers. Minister L. Sushindro said he, along with Lamlai MLA K.H. Ibomcha, rushed to Sabungkhog in Lamlai Assembly constituency upon getting information that locals had detained two women suspected to be cookie informers. He said one of them is Geeta, who is the president of Mothers Association Kurai, and the other woman is Aruna from Kairao constituency, who is engaged in selling homeopathy medicines at Lamlong. The minister said locals had traced these two women, claiming that they were sending messages to cookie-armed miscreants on their mobile phones. Minister Susindro said the two women were found to be innocent following an investigation by Sabungkhog Maira Paibi Club, Kokomi leaders and top officials of Manipur police. So he brought them to Imphal for treatment, but locals agitated by blocking the road at Kurai Konzamlaikai, alleging him of rescuing the cookie informers. He expressed disappointment that the mob continued attacking his vehicle despite repeatedly clarifying that the two women were innocent. Hence, his escort opened fire to control the mob. The minister expressed disappointment that protesters had destroyed the BJP Imphal East office, which was opened at her daughter's residence, one vehicle and his farm at Khabaishoy, where 120 crore rupees worth pipes of the PHED department were stocked.
Lambi the Thala cookie game former Nupi and Dokadaino a gari could the check toba. Adumba toner, but they can mukna bakana over the gay Yauzari securities in Nakitang self defense or another the minor blank pair over Hopati Tawi, Consamakashi or Pomata Mayam check over the Hotan Tobi. No Hoina Kalido honor, high posia do nate, and I in a club keep. Even microphone no pirate boy mayam the Waris Matiam Liram, the Huji Hotki Gumba, change Laga, Wangang Bakayamai, Nakan to the Tajaki, Adumba Rasniti, Akuba Mieng, the Yang, am the political loiba, Canossing Porogan, the mobs in Chagalaga, Akoy Chatliba guys into the attack of Hopoyam, Toina Toki. Aina, Nasib public Miams in the Amazon Mediagi in house in the Aina Tamzani from the MLA Hyber, Minister Hyber said, Miam with the Tobacco Novani. Ayi Mang the Swumba. Incident Toga, I Kamina, Yingam the Chakani, Madu MLA Magi Matoni, Minister Matoni, and a minister more by MLA more by say, public Miang with the Tabak and a lady, and a public Shimukan Nanabu Honaba, public Shimu saved on no Honaba Hoyi told down. At the mine Kanjara Ganda Hona, Madu Momayams, the Toro Rubugi, Taurubi the Bakta, I on the Smina personally attacked over, say, Masi quite the live of Tivane, Masi, the Honjaning there.
Speaking to media, Lamlai MLA K.H. Ibomcha appeals to the public not to believe in rumors. He said Minister Sushindro and himself have been following instructions from Chief Minister N. Biren to take measures to protect civilians in the foothill villages of Kundrakpam and Lamlai constituencies. The MLA said they immediately rushed to take stock of yesterday's scuffle between paramilitary forces and Maira Paibi members in Lamlai constituency, and on their way they got information about the detention of two women suspected cookie informers at Sabungkhog. He said upon finding that the two women were innocent upon investigation by Kokomi members and locals, they brought them to Imphal, but people misinterpreted and spread rumors that they had rescued two cookie informers.
mayam sina bichar tawraba matungda sidi thoina akaiba yawramdre mai sidi akhoi forda ibu oirame lana interpret tawrubo oirame haiba wafam si la akanda moi sida makhata na tawbiragum si hana moi di thin so abanina hospital da pura ji haina dusu hospital da puri dusu police ki gai da pubani ma thalang tar kanda hata action tawbuse masi khoi tawdraga di phagadra ina dumaina khanjai aduna manipur gi nungsi jaraba khoi praja sing daina appeal tawjaning wese khoi mayam amam haidi khoi amam khuding mak lairiba sakti se punjal laga thengnara kanda da khoi yam laina ngamgadaina khanjai yaraga di madugi line du da khoi thengnamina se ne appeal tawjani.
Mothers Association Kurai Tinsid Road condemns cookie informer allegation and life attempt on its secretary Sorok Khaibam Ongbi Gita. The association demands clarification from the Sabungkhok Maira Paibi members within 3 days, else warned of taking legal actions against them. Briefing media at Manipur Press Club today, Kurai Mothers Association member Ngangom Ibemcha said Gita rushed to help Maira Paibi members at Yangangpokpi Urangpat in Imphal East yesterday, conceding to the request to send some association members there. Ibemcha also condemns the destruction of properties of Minister L. Sushindro and Gita.
Maitega cookie militants in Gimarata Yam Sativa, Akiba, Todo Ase, Tasing Hide Narangi Toto, Asida Queen Akiba Power is the land in my 1J, one Hokidra, quite on the window, Bulletin one's Ladra Havagi, Yamna Akiba, Mopoxere, Madame Dican, Narangis in a Saki never. Gita highly been Masasi, my informer, Oibra, or the Brahavis, but from the Giprasas in the Tito Cadamia. Mani informer when I'm Targati, Kurai, Mother Association, Maui excuse to Broiva, Quina, Mara Baby Association, they get and talking about not Manakariguma Maralam, the Targati, Mara Baby Association, Asina Magi Matunda, Queen Lady, Wahang Pahong Taro Matunda, Asumadu Putuaka, and Mangona Dandi, Bigadam, Mapamarang Kangana, Tazanba, Masamana Singba, Mapimaron Mapamarang Kanganda, Ikahanga and Harada, Maksam the Gilikbo, Tali High Tabani, Licto Yaram Drabadi Masala, Tali High Gitabaniaba, Adu, but scenario, Amuhana to Honda.
Speaking to media, Sorakaibam Gita said yesterday morning about 11:30, they were requested to come and help locals and Maira Paibi members in the wake of a firing incident at Yangangpokpi Urangpat. She said her team, along with Maira Paibi leaders of Kurai Lamlong, left for the site, but they were unable to proceed beyond the entry of Chadong due to army interception. She said her companions and some locals started arguing and suddenly a mob started assaulting her. She said some locals took her to a community hall in a bid to protect her, but the mob continued to attack her. Gita said she would have died if Minister Susindro hadn't come and intervened. She asked those concerned how she could be a cookie informer when she has sacrificed for the state by becoming a Maira Paibi member.
Yanta the beginning about Danta, the beginning of Queen, what is it? Is my name. Santo Pida, a hoisty and Punzan Masanga, Queen Machines, my Tonaga, Karikana, do you know Habanida? Among the corporations, the Pasana Pinareka, and I showed that they have a Hoya Yanari meetings at Tonaga, but I was a cookie, put the tower and boy, I come with the pin gap. I don't wait a character in the hand of the Pitinate. Made up by Vicana, I'm not making a thing pang, do you give up? Panging was a kind of how do you give a man to compute, but Ladis Umbrado. Narang in the Yaman, no in a guitar, I say, oh, Pangitra Habanida. I can lick Yoram de Cody Ducy and was in the morning. I just don't know with the way. No problem, I want to put no money target stories. I get a letter because you guys, I see as you can never. Iran like the nice issue. I think I'm why I got same as the Kangalam again. Who's you book another cookie in Pomor with Rigi Hyper Quick Marxida? Shai San the Yabu, Canada, no was it with Rigi.
Maira Paibi members from Kurai areas today condemned the act of beating a person who is the secretary of Mothers Association Kurai, accusing her to be informer of cookie militants by Maira Paibi of Sabungkhok village. Speaking on the sideline of a protest held in this regard, one of the Maira Paibi members, L. Kananbala, demanded Maira Paibi of Sabungkhok village to clarify and apologize for the incident.
Koi mawong marin tadana arano koi su khangdana hekta mi amabu maran pisalaga aduga maru oina koi khurai gi kangbu sibu maran thangjan bo oina informer ni haina haibuche koi khurai gi Maira Paibi singna koi yajaningde koi khurai gi Maira Paibi singna achum aran se hayeng bogi manungda Sabungkhok ki Maira Paibi kangbuna chengdoraktragadi ꯂꯥꯜꯂꯦ ꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯖꯔꯛꯇ꯭ꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯈꯨꯔꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯑꯄꯨꯟꯕ ꯃꯩꯔꯥ ꯄꯥꯏꯕꯤꯅ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯍꯟꯅ ꯃꯇꯦꯡ ꯄꯥꯡꯕ ꯌꯥꯎꯖꯔꯔꯣꯏ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯍꯟꯅ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯁꯧꯒꯠꯂꯣꯏ.
Showing their mistrust for Assam Rifles, thousands of women today demanded removal of Assam Rifles personnel who are deployed at the adjoining of Imphal West and Kangpokpi districts. A large number of women from villages located on the north of Kwerengay till Kanglatombi pushed back Assam Rifles personnel from Kanglatombi Bazabot to Kanglatombi Bridge, and they also dug out on the road which connects Hatikua to Luang Sangol, which is a Kuki village. Imphal West police arrived at the scene and held talks with the agitating women and gave them assurance to deploy state police forces in the area.
Maitai last oiba haija tareko aduga mi yamjadaba furup yamjadaba maitai amana ikak laijaba haitare masidai sida samnai phanjina changsil aga moina attack tawna ba hotna ba mi gi yum da changaga attack tawsilakpa maitai gi yumje khanto aga maduda thawaina attack tawsilakpa sugumba mayam amju leire adugi mathakta hojikse akoina ngasi tawjariba sina asamnai phanji akoi gi area sidagi Imphal West ki Kanglatombi jaga se sidagi takthokiba moi leibiranu chatpigro akhoi gi BSF leiri CRP leiri IRB leiri moi singjina ngakpiro akhoi ji moi changaju akhoi ji sem charaga akhoi ji ready tawraga lei hojikse moi karigumba chang taraga so akhoi changandana ba ready ne akhoi mayam se
National Highway 39 si block ke tawhibadegi akhoi Manipur da laiba parja mayam wanare state government ju central government ju karimada block ki matang jida mone karimba handokpibagi kaimo leitre sangai fan haiba sanai bon ari kuki militants ga manaraga akhoi praja mi kanu sida moina awaba kayamarum pire.
Kashamthong Kendra Ward number 9 Apunba Mairapaibi Loop warns those Manipur legislators who are camping in Delhi not to return to Manipur until and unless they have a concrete solution to Manipur crisis. United Club Organization and Apunba Mairapaibi Loop Kashamthong AC Ward number 9 jointly staged a protest meet at Kashampat Laimajam Laikai Community Hall today. Speaking on the sidelines, convener of Apunba Mairapaibi Loop Kashamthong AC Ward number 9, Ketrimayum Anita expressed disappointment that both state and central governments have failed to resolve the prevailing crisis.
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯆꯠꯈ꯭ꯔꯤꯕ MLA ꯃꯤꯅꯤꯁꯇꯔ ꯃꯌꯥꯝ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯁꯣꯂꯨꯁꯟ ꯑꯁꯤ ꯄꯨꯔꯛꯇꯅ ꯂꯥꯛꯄ ꯇꯥꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯑꯐꯕ ꯑꯣꯏꯒꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯤ ꯊꯥꯖꯗꯦ ꯑꯐꯕ ꯋꯥꯔꯣꯏꯁꯤꯟ ꯄꯨꯕꯤꯔꯛꯎ ꯃꯗꯨ ꯅꯠꯇ꯭ꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯗ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯍꯟꯅ ꯍꯟꯕꯤꯔꯛꯀꯅꯨ ꯏꯪ ꯇꯞꯄ ꯑꯃ ꯄꯨꯔꯛꯅꯕꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯁꯔꯀꯥꯔ ꯑꯁꯤꯅ ꯀꯟꯅ ꯂꯥꯎꯔꯤꯑꯕ ꯑꯗꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕ ꯏꯪ ꯇꯞꯄꯁꯤ ꯀꯔꯝꯕ ꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯄꯨꯔꯛꯀꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯁꯥꯒꯗꯧꯔꯤꯕ ꯋꯥꯔꯤ ꯑꯁꯤꯗ ꯁꯨ ꯑꯁꯦ ꯂꯧꯊꯣꯛꯄꯤꯌꯨ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯁꯦ ꯃꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯑꯌꯥꯕꯁꯦ ꯃꯁꯤ ꯄꯨꯔꯛꯑꯕ ꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯃꯈꯣꯏꯁꯦ ꯍꯜꯍꯟꯈ꯭ꯔꯀꯥꯟꯗꯣ ꯃꯗꯨꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯗ ꯁꯥꯟꯇꯤ ꯄꯨꯔꯛꯀꯅꯦꯕ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯁꯤꯗ ꯃꯤꯌꯥꯝꯕꯨ ꯄ꯭ꯔꯣꯇꯦꯛꯁꯟ ꯄꯤꯒꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯅ ꯂꯥꯛꯏꯕ ꯑꯁꯥꯝ ꯔꯥꯏꯐꯜꯁꯤꯡꯁꯤꯅ ꯉꯁꯥꯏꯒꯤ ꯃꯤꯌꯥꯝ sida amu onsillaga ima iben iseninau kayada akhoi otpa naiba lagi phuba saiba mayam ama thokanda da ngasingasima akhoi maira gi ima isan kunma panse makhoi si akhoi hospitalize tawdana makhoi se awana mayam ama tari masimasu Manipur gi maira lup akhoi na haiba se akhoi condemn tawjai.
Chief of N. Boljang village in Kangpokpi district clarifies that no Kuki militants were involved in the firing incident that occurred on June 22nd morning. Committee of Tribal Unity also clarifies that a media report on 4 Kuki militants to have been killed in the incident as false news and demands clarification from the media house concerned. Committee on Tribal Unity spokesperson Reverend K. Sidho expressed the same to media on the sidelines of a meeting convened by the committee in Kangpokpi district. He also said the meeting discussed government's initiatives to build prefabricated houses for displaced people. The committee welcomes construction of temporary houses and appeals to construct the same in violence-affected areas and to provide adequate security forces to guard the people.
The great provision that had come from the central government concerning the construction of temporary houses for the displaced persons really appreciated. This kind of temporary settlements and houses should be built at those affected areas with a provision of full security. There was an attack at An Bolzang village in the New Kaitil Manvi area. There was a firing between the Meitei militants and the 44 Assam Rifles. Nevertheless, a news report had come today that in that firing, 4 Kuki militants were shot down. To this, we, the Committee on Tribal Unity, make a strong condemnation to this kind of false report and false allegation.
Several measures are in place to restore normalcy in the state. As a part of the measures, meetings for District Security Coordination Committee are being conducted regularly for all the districts, alongside police patrolling, flag march and cordon and search operations being carried out in sensitive locations of both hills and valley regions of the state. Manipur Police Control Room has stated that situation in most parts of the state is steadily improving despite reports of sporadic incidents of violence in some districts. In the past 24 hours, 5 weapons were recovered from Imphal East, and so far 1,100 arms, 13,702 gun bullets and 250 bombs have been recovered. A combined team of Imphal West District Police, Central Force and also Executive Magistrate conducted search operations in various locations of Imphal West District today. A combined team of Kangpokpi District Police and Central Force carried out combing operation in 4 different places of Kangpokpi District on June 23rd, alongside security forces destroying 4 bunkers, and they also took over another 6 bunkers in the district. Goods-laden vehicles plying on National Highway 37 are being provided adequate escort to ensure hassle-free movement along the highway. RPI Atawale National Secretary Maheshwar Thangaujam says mere submission of memorandum is not enough to solve Manipur crisis, and he stresses the need to apprise the prevailing crisis in person to central leaders. He said the same in a recent interview with Hind Voice, a national television channel. Maheshwar maintained that central leaders wouldn't have taken to solve the 50 days old crisis if they knew the ground realities. He highlighted that people are demanding abrogation of suspension of Operation Pact with the Kuki militants, to implement NRC in Manipur and to protect the integrity of Manipur, and these 3 demands need to be voiced unanimously.
वो लोग क्या बोल रहा है? सेपरेट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, आपके घर को तोड़ो बोल रहा है। हम लोग क्या बोल रहे हैं? ट्रू मिलिटेंट्स का एग्रीमेंट को खारिज करो। इसका मतलब बंदूक वाले अपना बंदूक को रखो बोल। 2 डिफरेंस को देखिए। एक बार ये ट्रू मिलिटेंट्स का ये एग्रीमेंट खारिज हो जाएगा तो कोई भी हथियार नहीं उठाएगा सर, नंबर 1। नंबर 2, ये कुकी कहां से आया, कैसे आया, कब आया? कुकीज बहुत ओल्ड कुकी भी है जो मैतेई लोग के साथ मिलकर खुशी से रह रहे हैं, तो इसके लिए एनआरसी करवा दो। दूध का दूध और पानी का पानी हो जाएगा। कब आया था, कौन सा वर्ष में आया था, 1951 में आया, 61 में आया, किस वर्ष में आया था, पता लग जाएगा। जो अच्छी तरह से जो मैतेई लोगों के साथ पहले से रह रहा है वो रहने दो, एनआरसी लागू करवा दो। इस पे क्या वो लोग गुस्सा करने के लिए क्या जरूरत है? इस पे एनआरसी पे वो लोग एनआरसी बोलने में उन लोगों का बीपी क्यों बढ़ जाता है? सो अभी ट्रू मिलिटेंट्स को ये शांति के लिए मैं बोल रहा हूं, हम लोग कभी नहीं बोले कि कुकी हम यहाँ पे कुकी नहीं रहना चाहिए, यहाँ पे कुकी को भगा दो। हम लोग कभी नहीं बोल रहे ऐसा। हम लोग बोल रहे कि शू को खारिज करवाइए, एनआरसी को लागू करवाइए, ठीक है, और मणिपुर का एक भी इंच का इंटीग्रिटी नहीं ब्रेक होना चाहिए, जैसे वो लोग बोल रहे सेपरेट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन।
Committee of Forward Clubs CFC along with Apunma Maira Paibi Lup Thongju volunteers staged a protest demonstration at Delhi's Jantar Mantar recently. Protesters sought a prompt intervention of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Union Home Minister Amit Shah in taking control of armed militants who are attacking civilians in the wake of crisis prevailing in the state. CFC and Apunba Maira Paibi Lup Thongju also submitted a memorandum highlighting ground realities of Manipur unrest to the Prime Minister's office in New Delhi. Tongbra Construction and Marketing Private Limited announces a free education from class nursery till 8 for displaced students who are staying at various relief camps. The company is providing free education to these displaced students at Model English Academy Nauremtong, which is run by the company. It is also providing free and separate boarding facility for boys and girls. The same was informed by Managing Director of Tongbra Construction and Marketing Private Limited, CN Tongbra, during a press meet held today at the company premises in Sangay Pro, Imphal. Speaking to media, CN Tongbra maintained that the company will visit various parts of the valley area and will provide edible items and essential commodities at subsidized rates to the people. He also informed that the company will soon initiate a survey to provide an opportunity on self-employment to those who are affected by the prevailing violence. He urged the people to refrain from intercepting company vehicles with white TCM flag on roads. Also encouraged the public to contact mobile number 923-307-7840 and 936-667-6447 to get the benefits provided by Tongbra Constructions and Marketing Private Limited.
Mahi tamba phangdraba satra singdamak aikoi companies na chalaiba school sida free education na koi pigani aduga nupa amsung nupi boardings lainana bigi facility akoi pigani aduga loinana tongan ma mafam singda lamdam singda koi business tawriba kangbuna koi pot ki maman se atia pakna wangduna koi leiba phangdaba asugumba awaba khudung chadaba sidagi aikoina mafam khudingmakta aikoi wholesale price da aikoina nungongmada sinariba pot ki item khudingmak singse aikoi phangnanabagi pinanabagi delivery tawnabagi aikoi adungna program am su kai paikale koina mapungaina aikoina hena haininglibadi ichininaw sing lamdam sida leiriba aikoi mai tharaga akoi lanjena rakhaba adum wakhan wana leraba isinaw singdamakta aikoina tonganba policy amada aikoina financial akoina support pibaga loinana makhoigi namak hiramda chana ba sinpham akoina pinina bagi namak aikoina survey tawnana ba convener amasu khale ada hariba du survey lor matungda akoina financial moida support tawduna akoi moigi thabak tharum sing chana ba akoina pinina bagi koi sem sare.
Now it's time for a small commercial break. After the break, we'll bring you a special report on violence-affected people of Napat and Tanjing villages. Keep watching Impact News.
HSLC exam da 10 position taduna maths amasung higher maths da 100 fangna subject topper oibang ngamjaki pumna makasi sir again ITC gi founder na hotna birakpadagi ni amadi ITC gi exam yamna
ITC coaching center da chalubung tamdagi atai tuition yamna pulap lepaga masidam matam pan muda pura lai award pa lai gidramina kayam chakida
sir again amasung well qualified ojasing gi guidance makada aina foundation yauzo hujaki study material pirakibaduna ingona kanaba fangki test tobiki revision matam dasu question pi bank amju pibi ojasing ga
ITC China Chazibo, Atogimatic, Laila Sugimaramda, Mating Pangiraki.
Point Tracks Institute of IT gi Anoba batch ki admission form Thazare, class 10, 12, Amadi college student Singyoiba, computer course Singi, Akupa Marol Gidamag, Makada Piriba contact detail Asida Pau Fawirau, contact number 825-992-3603. Point Tracks branch, Thamoiban near DM College, Singjamay near Manipur College, Kongba Bazaar.
Matam amada cancer gumba aruba laina layengba achauba singnaba amani. Infrastructure matik chana leiramde. Trevi Hospital Langol Laimanayda Manipur gi ahanba cancer super specialist DM medical oncologist amasung Manipur gi ahanba surgical oncology degree holder leiraba loinana anoba facility kaya pibata natana AB PMJAY amadi CMHTM panel tauraba hospital ni. Adongi haksel gidamak Trevi Hospital na lepli.
Every year maximum position holder SSLC amasung ICSC puthokliba Advanced Coaching Institute na linkhatchari ACI School Kwakaithal Akham Laikai 60% dagi hauraga 70%, 80%, 90% and above singi free admission, tuition fee, hostel fee amasung transport fee, scholarship yauna free oijare. First 150 students of science and arts stream animakta admission free oijagani. Ben amasung bus transport facilities yauna boys and girls hostel hangdokchari. Akupa marol gidamak contact number 9862992105.
Imphal Valley Academy, Ghari Makhalekai Airport Road. Admission open for Class 11 Science and Arts 2023-24. Special features: spacious campus with conducive academic atmosphere, smart class, psychosocial counseling, NEET NG coaching by quota experts. For more details, contact numbers on the screen.
Delta Advanced School, Kwakathil Bazaar. Admission open for Class 11 Science and Arts. Ngasi fawa positioned inspired awardee amli subject topper kaya puthokli ba school asina. Laibak asigi tangdu laitaga figum asina yenglaga. Boss mabdi CBSE da chada khumfu amadi matata lakpa satra singidamak supatagi lupa lishing ama khaktada. Admission tawul khudom chaba pijiri. Khudom chaba asi ahan lakpa satra chani khaktada pijigani. Maidina Institute of Aviation and Hospitality, Changangai Airport Road. Admission open for certification course in air hostess training and airport operations, airline management, diploma course in hotel management and VVOC in hotel management training. Masida Sunatana, Manipur the Ihan Hanba Oina, commercial pilot training admission su Hogjere. Akak number Sydney 100% placement assistance Hamleba institution ni Masida Sunatana airlines kaya da su equity satra kaya placement funkrabani.
Welcome back after the break. You're watching Primetime English Bulletin. Violence affected people of Napat and Tangjeng, last two villages of Bishnupur district, are waiting for government's intervention to help ease their plights. Impact News Bishnupur correspondent Naresh Sagolsim brings you a report. Displaced people of Napat and Tanjing villages who are taking refuge at Wangu High School relief camp are mostly farmers. They are in despair as they can't carry out agricultural activities amid the prevailing crisis, even though the favorable time for farming is going to end soon.
Militant in the pain of Kala, Sarkar Tonaview, a koi Pajada Tinavigan, Moy Sarkar Masen, Moy Tonaview, Pajata Vigano, Adu Napat, Tangjing, Hariba, London Mashidi, Akoi, Bishambu Districoina, Huagi, Macau in Leva, Quishigana, Kanasu Mate later. The Equigi never Tanaving Cookie, Silna Actoni. Aduga, a coin of Jig, Mapam Mashida, Hashikan is a coin of Shaidan, Legary Tank, Kutret, Kunipan, Kochanger, and Famashida. At Honabi, Yam Pagination now, Leva, organization of Pagana Honabi, Yum Lena, a coin Yum Tado, Famashila, Yam Noide, Bidian Mashiba, why much at a highlight, Mashi Pajamasel, Hannibal, Verakana Mana, Kanto Calibra. Masi, a coin Manipuri, Mapima, Pie of the Ma Odibani. Narendra Modi, a Bharat Sarkar Mapima Pani, Adua, double engine Palmani, Karayan double engine, Karam double engine Palinova, Yango Ilam Tangian, head. Makadin legacy. Adu Macoin of Changba de Capare, House like posing high Changcano, Maru Lacan. Madam D, House Mandlay Moy to Military Rotating Capare, and make up a left to Jimmy Jamam. Sale Bijapina Pammy in a harness you know later, it might be put to make a to me.
Speaking to Impact News, a class 12 girl student staying at a relief camp says she wants to continue her studies. She expresses frustration that many students are being held back from pursuing their academic career owing to the prevailing crisis.
Kamu kirang na maram oiduna aku like tam fangje meyam na yeng jangbi duna ku kidores sing tan thok piyo ko ji prep tharam lai sida exam ma jam su thana tawdum batam sida plan tawdu leire sarkar na mi am ta jangji.
Farmers in the foothills of Bishnupur district are also facing difficulties in carrying out paddy cultivation due to scanty rainfall this year and the prevailing crisis. They say they are under frequent firing attacks from unidentified miscreants from the hilltop.
Bishambu district ki manung dalai ba thenungai thobula sunuspai naran saina khungang loyaram masida law subagi matam masi loidorabani law suba kage haiba chatpada khoisi athingba leire sibai jingna khoije athingba thame hai kiren jawguno haire post makhong adudagi hena sakano haire mathalomda akibagi phibam leire haire makhoina athingba thame adu sarkarna athuba matamda mi angpang changbiu.
Speaking to Impact News, Younglim Brajamani, a recipient of National Award in Pharma Innovative, urges relevant authorities for timely release of water into the low and high canals to facilitate agricultural activities.
하나 이승지 시즌나그라바 방비그라바 प्रजा징나서 기타 방드리버징기 간비라가 이승제 팅전바 코찬바지 카라 तौबीदनबसु है अप्रूव तौनिगे अदुगा गवर्नमेंट साइड तगिसु याम कन्ना होनबिदा कतना तौरसी पुन्नमक सपोर्ट तौमिनाजे हाइना माइ तौरगा थाद्रिबा हाइ केनेन गी सिंग थाद्रिबसिसु थाननबा कमाइ तौरगा खेतो अरजु मतमजिदा सिजिना होनबा हाइ केनेन जी पास तौहल्लगा खरा दोरजु लौसिंगजी उहोनबा अदगी सिचुएशन जी कोई इरांगजी याम कन्ना कनो मद लैबनिना कोई लौ होगी कनोजिसु संक्शन लौद्रगदि हेंग चाब चिंजांगजी वाटपा यादबनिना aduna hiking ju mai pa na ba yang kana hona minaje.
A 65-year-old inmate of Manipur College relief camp succumbed to illness at Rims Hospital today. The deceased is identified as Tokchom Thoiba from Warrior Ward No. 7. He was found diagnosed with elephantiasis before arriving at the relief camp. Reportedly, relief committee volunteers had advised the inmate on getting treatment at Rims Hospital. However, he denied it due to superstitious belief. Thoiba was later rushed to Rims for treatment, where he was then rushed to the ICU as he was diagnosed with heart and kidney failure. Relief committee volunteers along with family members conducted last rites of Thoiba.
Maki mathau mangamaji akhoi Manipur College Relief Committee maikedi punamak maitai akhoi chanabi dharma da pangthok chagani haina akhoi committee maikedi thamjari loina na masigi achangba kharsa punamak kendra sigi MLA chu oibiriba Manipur government ngana mantri oibiriba honorable minister Tamuk Khemchana achangba paisa khodingmak maitai akhoi chanabi deva karma somna changadaba punamak puthok pigani haina thmai takpirai masigi damta chu akhoi relief committee maikedi haingai letana thagatba phongdok chari.
BJP Manipur Pradesh spokesperson Ilangbam Johnson says government must work on resettlement of displaced people at their respective native places. Johnson was speaking on the sidelines of distributing relief materials by Kashamtong Kendra volunteers force today at the relief camp in Chairel Makha Laikai. The initiative was taken under Ilangbam Johnson. Speaking to media, Johnson made it clear that even an inch of the land belonging to those who are taking refuge in relief camps cannot be compromised, and the masses will join hands to ensure that lands pertaining to displaced people are protected. He also stressed the need for concerted efforts in bringing peace in the state. Kashamtong Kendra volunteer force team led by Johnson also visited relief camps at Sagol Tongba and Kumadlampal Youth Hostel and provided relief materials to the inmates.
Churachandpurda khangde Serauda khangde khunda leta dan leimiba jaga sing asi inchi ama phawa mangbi aroi masigi damakta ekoi miyam hupna koi miyam chap chana lepinara kan koi thengnamina si su koi kan honna si eduga thokriba koi gi ihawsi lamdam masida koi gi narco terrorist singa khulling laga asigi masagi marana interest leiba mi kharana sasinaba khusem gi lana makhak tam kuina lerklaba furup singi marakta pusalakanda honarakpani koi yekna basi kanano haibasi fajana khangduoga changbatai aduna koi pangal pulhobatai pangan sagat patai aduna tangai fadana koi lanjenarakliba kunja sing asi athuba matamda Manipur Sarkar dasu koi appeal tawjari yam thuna makoina hana leiri mafam duda da khunda leda naba honna bigadabani.
People paid floral tributes to the portraits of the victims of the Kamen Lok incident. Iramdam Kanba Loop Ikal organized the condolence meet in connection with their Shraddha ceremony at Lamboy Khul today. Similar tribute-paying programs were also organized at various places including Wangu, Sero, Fayeng, Thaubal, Wangkai, Lamlong, Sawombung, Lamlai, Sagolmang, Pukhao, Wabagai, Kakching and Singjamay. A tribute ceremony was also held at Wangkai Kaitial, Asangbi today. Women in the locality offered floral tributes to the 9 departed souls. The event was organized by Naharol Sintha Kanglup, NSK, Wangkai Kaitial, Asangbi. Senjam Kunau Nupi Loop and Senjam Kunau Development Club also paid tribute to the 9 victims of Kamen Lok incident yesterday. Women in the locality also took out a mass torch rally and mourned their demise. Endorsing Manipur's integrity, a sit-in was staged at Bamonkampu Makhalekai in Imphal East District today. Bamonkampu Gram Panchayat held the protest demonstration, which was attended by Bamonkampu Zilla Parishad member Golmai Kachungna, Gram Panchayat Upapradhan and several others. Speaking on the sideline, Bamonkampu Gram Panchayat Upapradhan and Akeshwar condemned the Prime Minister for not saying even a single word with regards to the prevailing unrest in the state. He also questioned governments at the center and state for not taking control of outfits under suspension of operation. Representatives of Nongchup Imphal Palem Ima Apunba Loop Nimple submitted a memorandum to Manipur governor demanding immediate measure to take stock of the prevailing crisis and to restore law and order in the state. Under the aegis of Kokomi, Nimple representatives today took out a protest rally from in front of Kashampat Laimajam Community Hall and headed towards the Raj Bhavan. Protesters trespassed the police barricade situated on Kashampat Bridge as they were marching towards the Raj Bhavan. However, police personnel posted at Kashampat More Market area intercepted the protesters from heading forward. As a result, heated confrontation erupted between the women protesters and the police. Eventually, police allowed 5 representatives of Nimple to meet with the governor. Agitators chanted various slogans during the protest.
Are we not India? Are we not Hindustani? Why is taking so much of time? Why do we deserve this kind of life? Is it because we have a different features? Is Manipur not a part of India? Are we not a Hindustani? Are we not a Maitai? We don't want to march with anyone with India because India is discriminating us in different ways. Why is delaying? Development has delayed, everything is delayed. Why India doesn't want Manipur to be developed? We don't want any separate administration and two administration. It's not possible here. We have been living peacefully with the different communities back from the century. Why this Indian government is divide and rule policy to us? We know everything.
All Manipur Working Journalists Union Amju and Editors Guild Manipur EGM condemns the attack on 2 journalists by Central Security Forces on separate locations in Imphal East District last evening. In this regard, a joint meeting of Amju and EGM was convened today, wherein resolutions was taken to urge the relevant authorities to intervene to prevent similar incidents in the future. It may be mentioned that ECHL Express sub-editor Haubam Praveen Kumar was assaulted by Rapid Action Force team last night at a location near Kurai Popular High School, and Amju internal auditor Nabakumar Khagopam was manhandled by CSF at his residence in Kurai Ningthaubung Laikai. A new relief camp is open at JOYSHREE Bhaigachandra Skill Development Center in Harauro. The relief camp is being opened by Seva Committee Harauro under the aegis of RSS. In connection with this, Seva Committee Harauro convener Thangja Mohindro said that the RSS took the initiative to open the relief camp with an aim to extend every possible help to communal violence affected people in the state. He informed that around 45 displaced people are currently taking refuge at the camp. Mohindro encouraged those who are rendered homeless in the violence to take shelter at the newly opened camp. He urged the 2 affected communities to hold talks in order to bring solution to the ongoing crisis. Mohindro also appealed to the government to bring a permanent solution for resettlement of the displaced people. Rotary Club of Imphal, Rotary International District 3240 provided TV sets with local cable network connection for various relief camps. Rotary Club of Imphal, Rotary International District 3240 in association with ISTV Network and Impact TV provided TV connection to relief camps set up at NB College, Kundrakpam, Ibudhau Thangjing, Guest House, Moirang, Salai Kanba Loop, Tera Kongsang, Kodekpi, Moirang, Oinam Maira Loop, Oinam, Moirang Multipurpose Higher Secondary School, Moirang College, Wangjing, Kodompokpi Sport Complex, Wangjing, Kangabok Higher Secondary School, Lamding Higher Secondary School Thaubal and Peace and Relief Committee Singjamai. Manipuri diasporas under the Global Manipur Federation GMF Taiwan chapter has united to provide relief materials to violence-affected people in the state. The GMF Taiwan chapter has provided essential items in severely affected areas like Kakching, Khunrakpam, Konthaujam and Kumbi. The GMF Taiwan chapter has allocated 1,50,000 rupees to support relief efforts in these areas. This funding will help many affected individuals during this challenging time. It showcases the collective commitment and solidarity of Manipuris worldwide. Kongpal Social Development Organization conducted a blood donation camp at Jennings Blood Bank. 30 volunteers gave blood during the camp. In continuation of providing help to people affected by conflict in the state, helping our people everywhere, Hope provided drinking water and edible items to BSF and state forces who are deployed as frontline security in Sugnu and Sero of Kakching district. Hope volunteers visited the two places and looked into the needs of these security forces. Clinic Human Uripok under the aegis of Meitei Peace Committee held a one-day free medical camp at Bright Career Academy Relief Camp in Lamlai Assembly Constituency, Imphal East today. Owner of Clinic Human, Ngangbam Taruni said around 25 staffs including 10 doctors extended healthcare services to the inmates. Karnikos Healthcare Manipur, in association with Vishwanath Cancer Care Foundation, organized a free health checkup for inmates of relief camp opened at Central High School in Imphal East District, Chalo, today. A medical and paramedical team led by Director and CEO of Karnikos Manipur Cancer Institute, Dr. J.S. Marangtem, conducted the health checkup with the support of Chalo Village Authority and Lamlai rationing agents. The team also distributed medicines, food supplements, health and hygiene items to inmates of the relief camp. Ketrigao MLA Sheikh Narul Hassan has been appointed as National People's Party National Secretary in charge of political affairs until further orders with immediate effect. President of NPP Konrad K. Sangma appointed MLA Sheikh Narul Hassan for the post under Article 1 of the Constitution of NPP. Now the sports news. Thambau Macha High School Mayang Imphal and Nirmala Rani High School Wangoi entered the semi-final of the 62nd Imphal West District Under-14 Boys Subroto Mukherjee Football Tournament being played at Langjing Achauba Artificial Turf Ground. Thambau Macha High School Mayang Imphal had an easy day as they got a walkover Koloipan High School, who did not show up for the match and booked a place in the semis. In another match, Nirmala Rani High School Wangoi defeated Little Master English School Samuro 4-1. Jenin, Musarraf, Lanchenba and Alibas scored a goal each for Nirmala Rani High School Wangoi, while T.H. Roshan scored the only goal for Little Master English School Samuro. The semi-final matches will be played tomorrow. In the 62nd Under-17 Boys Imphal West District Subroto Mukherjee Football Tournament at Artificial Turf Ground, Langjing Achauba City Higher Secondary School hammered Model Higher Secondary School 11-0 today in the second match of the tournament. On the other hand, Little Master Higher Secondary School defeated Uripok Tondonsana Higher Secondary School 1-0 in the third league match. Altogether, 9 teams are competing on knockout basis of the tournament, being organized by District Youth Affairs and Sports Imphal West. Another 2 matches of the tournament will be played tomorrow morning. Now, before we end, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Union Home Minister Amit Shah chairs all-party meeting on situation in Manipur at New Delhi this afternoon. Former Manipur Chief Minister and CLP leader Akram Ibobi represents Congress Party. PHED Minister and Kurai MLA L. Sushindro comes under attack. Agitators burn his godown at Chingaral Tejpur, his farm at Kabaishoy also damaged BJP Imphal East office, and around 120 crore rupees worth of pipes of PHED department. CAF and PD Minister L. Sushindro expresses disappointment that MLAs and ministers are being targeted by miscreants to take political mileage in the wake of prevailing violence in Manipur. Showing mistrust for Assam Rifles, women demand removal of Assam Rifles personnel who are deployed at adjoining of Imphal West and Kangpopi district. Kashamtong Kendra Ward number 9 Apunba Maira Paibi Loop warns Manipur legislators camping in Delhi not to return until and unless they have a concrete solution to Manipur crisis. And violence affected people of Napat and Tanjing, last two villages of Bishnupur district, await government's intervention to help ease their plights. That's all we have in this bulletin. Thank you for being with us. Coming up next is Primetime Manipuri Bulletin. Have a great evening and stay safe.
Beacon, a co-educational higher secondary school, Konung Mamang, Wangkai Road near Traffic Island. Admission open.